I've seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound.
A few years ago, I was thinking about creating a Shakespeare event with a friend of mine and having a more of a public event so that anyone can participate. You didn't necessarily have to be an actor, or it didn't necessarily have to have a big theater behind you in order to do some Shakespeare. And so my husband and I thought it'd be a good idea to do a sonnet slam. That first year, we thought it was kind of a success. A lot of people showed up, even though it was really cold that year. And then every year since, more and more people come. So we've had more readers, and then we had bigger audiences. And so we just see that it's just a really fun project, and it creates a lot of goodwill. And we like goodwill, because we like Will. I think Shakespeare is interesting because it reflects human behavior, and human beings are fascinated to know themselves, and I think everyone recognizes a bit of themselves or someone that they know in Shakespeare. So almost like a mirror of what we want to see, or even things we don't like to see about ourselves. I think Shakespeare encompasses that.
Fair, kind, and true have often lived alone, which three till now never kept seat in one.
The sonnets sometimes have a lot to do with time and the passing of time and what lives on. And Shakespeare himself wrote, after I am gone, my verse is going to live on. Shakespeare died in 1616, and here we are in 2015, and we are still speaking the sonnets, learning from the sonnets, and loving the sonnets.
Ben Crystal, Sonnet 29. When in disgrace with fortune in men's eyes I all alone, to wake my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, look upon myself and curse my fate.
Shakespeare is definitely loved and celebrated in New York. Here at the end of the literary walk is the bandshell, which we have the Sonnet Slam, and right behind me is the statue of Shakespeare. One other great thing about being in the park is people can stroll by. So they don't have to have a ticket, and they can overhear a sonnet and be like, what is that? Is that Shakespeare? I want to stop and see that. So it can be sort of accidental. So every year we have a call for readers, and we have that online, and you just register online. And so basically, this year was kind of wild because we had over 200 people register within the first 3 days. We have teachers that bring their kids, and they plan a school day field trip to the Sonnet Slam to hear Shakespeare. And even if they can't stay for the whole day, they stay for an hour or so, and the kids can hear what Shakespeare is like spoken aloud by all ages. Sonnet Slam is very inclusive, and the ages we've had participate as sonneteers have been as young as 8 years old and as old as 96 years old. And not to mention the diversity, we've had a sonneteer do their sonnet in ASL, we've had a visually impaired sonneteer come and do the sonnets, we've had people from other countries, we've had people that English is not their first language, but they're willing to get up there and do Shakespeare. So it really feels like a big family that's connected by Shakespeare. I know the sonneteer who's come back every single year, and the reason she comes back is because she feels that it's her date with Shakespeare, and that she can count on it, and it's reliable, and Shakespeare will be there for her. And I love that, and I think that that's an important reason to have the Sonnet Slam.
You are my all the world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises from your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive, that my steeled sense or changes, right or wrong.
We've been very fortunate to have some amazing special sonneteers. Among them are Stacy Keach, Dana Ivey, J.O. Sanders, who's a local New York Shakespeare favorite, Glenn Heroy, who is a clown, a professional clown. The city of New York actually has sent the Parks Department officials. We've had the Deputy Commissioner, Leon Kavanaugh, come read a sonnet. We had Adrian Benepe, who was the commissioner at the time of the Parks Department, come and read a sonnet. And it's just very exciting. Shakespeare is for everyone.
Yet be most proud of that which I compile, whose influence is thine and born of thee. In others' work thou dost but mend the style, and arts with thy sweet graces grace be.
Every year we've had donors come and support the Sonnet Slam and actually make it possible to produce the Sonnet Slam. And we've done that through crowdfunding. And what my dream is, though, is to have a fund where the Sonnet Slam is taken care of and I don't have to rely so heavily on crowdfunding. But I have to give a big thank you to everybody who's ever given anything to the Sonnet Slam and made it possible.
How like winter hath my absence been from thee, the pleasure of fleeting year. What freezings I felt, what dark days seen.
In 2012, I got an email saying that your proclamation is ready from the city of New York, and I didn't apply for a proclamation. But Mayor Bloomberg at the time heard that we were doing a Sonnet Slam, and he issued us a proclamation declaring April 23rd, 2012 Sonnet Slam Day. I wanted to create a place that was an opportunity for a reader and Shakespeare to be alone together on the stage, even if it's only for a minute, because a lot of people don't get to experience that. And to me, that was very important.
If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved.
The Shakespeare's Birthday Sonnet Slam will be Friday, April 24th from 1 o'clock till 4 p.m. at the Nollenberg Bandshell in Central Park. So come on down, it's free.